Hey you guys, it's Josie with Queen My Pawn. I'll be talking about a question involving a variable in an exponent today and solving for it. One of my students asked me this question that they saw on another website called Varsity Tutors, and it started off like 2 to the third power plus 2x plus 1 equals 72. And if you know what to do here, it should be straightforward, but obviously, maybe you don't know how to do this. Now, the rules of exponents say that when you're adding exponents, you can break them up. So we rewrite 2 to the third plus 2x times 2 to the first power. When you're multiplying bases that are the same, you can add their exponents. For example, 4 times 4. That's really 4 to the first times 4 to the first. Because they're the same base, we can add their exponents. So you get 1 plus 1 equals 4 to the second, and everyone should know that's 16. So that's what I did here. I just simply went backwards one step. And what I do see in this part is that I can also break up the other side into 2 times 2, 1, based on the same rule that I just derived. The bases are the same, and when you're multiplying the same base, you can add their exponents. 2 plus 1 gives you 3. So now I have 2x times 2 to the 1 equals 72. Now I use the opposite of distribution, which is called factoring. I notice that these two are the same. A review. Distributive property is when you have A times B plus C equals AB plus AC. I just simply distributed the A times B and A times C. And going backward, we would get the left side, which is what we started with. And we actually see what's similar in this area right here. It's similar because you can think of the 2 to the first power as the A. So we factor that out and we get 2 to the first times 2 to the second plus 2 to the x equals 72. Okay, so I'm gonna have to erase some things here, which I'll do right now. Second color should be black. One moment. There we go. Now look, the 2 turned into the wrong color. Whatever. So let's go on to the other side now. And so we can see that we can divide both sides by 2 to the first power, which is just 2. This cancels out with the bottom. And in the end, you get, I'll write it in green to differentiate, 2 to the second plus 2 to the x equals 36. Now, you can subtract 2 to the second. We know that's just 4. And so that would be 4 plus 2x equals 36. You can subtract 4 from each side. And that would give you 2 to the x equals 32. And if you should know your, I think that they can give you a calculator regarding logs, but if they didn't, you should know that 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 gives you 32. If you had a calculator, you could just do log 2 and you would do log 2 to the other side as well, like at the beginning. So you would get log 2 32, and then you would do a change of base, which would give you log 32 over log 2, and so that would give you 5 in the end. By the way, yeah, exactly, that's what it would give you. So another way to do this problem is if you go back to the beginning. Oh man, cut it. And we go and use the brush again. So I'll rewrite the problem. You get 2 to the third. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. 2 to the third plus 2 to the x plus 1 equals 72. By the way, since we got 5, you can plug it in. And you can see that you get 2 to the 6, because 5 plus 1 is 6. 2 to the 6 is 64. Plus 2 to the third, which is 8, is 72. So we are correct. Another way to do this would be to solve for 2 to the third. You would get 8 plus 2x plus 1 equals 72. And you subtract 8 from each side. That cancels out. You get 64 equals 2x plus 1. You can break that up now. 2x plus 1 into 2x times 2 equals 64. Divide both sides by 2. That cancels out. And so 2x equals 32. And so x has to equal 5 again. So either way works. And that's how you solve for exponents. And that's how you solve for exponents, yeah. You can either use log if you have a calculator, or if you don't, then you can just, by experience, know that 2 to the 5th power gives you 32. And that's it, really. So if you liked the video, make sure to subscribe, and I'll be providing more SAT questions and answers.